and welcome to Arkham Horror the Card Game on the Theophilus Tabletop Games channel. My name's Gary. Glad to have you along. This is Scenario 6 of Season 8 of the League of Extraordinary Investigators. And this is A Light in the Fog. And I am entirely unprepared for this particular scenario. Ordinarily, when I do one of these, I have a chance to kind of, look at the scenario ahead of time and kind of refresh myself on what the challenges are and how the cards work and all those things. And this time, for whatever reason, I've done none of that. So, I haven't played this since the last time I just played it for, grins, which was well over a year ago. So this should be fun. I'll have to read cards very carefully and try to not make mistakes. Here's our deck, what we have coming in. We're still playing Monterey Jack, having a good time with Jack this time around. These changes from last scenario, I had 5 XP to spend, and I decided I needed to get a little more killing power in Jack, because really the only thing I have in here that does any damage at all is the whip. If I don't see the whip, then, well, I don't have any killing power. So I stuck in another weapon. I put in the ornate bow, which should be interesting. I haven't played the bow in Jack ever, so we're going to give it a try and see how that goes. And then stuck in a neon chart because extra actions are always good. So I gave up on my hope of the pocket telescope ever working. I haven't played it in a single scenario so far, so gave up on that sweet dream for another campaign and another investigator sometime. So anyway, this is our Jack deck as we head to the tabletop. And here we are at the tabletop. Let me make sure that all of our sound settings are working. Looks like everything is going okay. So, yeah. Okay, so this is A Light in the Fog. Our story so far is the entire town of Innsmouth is falling apart. The sea is creeping in and drowning the entire city. There are fishmen all about everywhere. We have raced up to the lighthouse and fought them on motorcycles and cars, and it's been crazy. And now here we are at Falcon Point Lighthouse, the place that we think there are treasures to be found and mysteries to be uncovered. And so we make our way into the lighthouse to see what creepiness we can find at a lighthouse just before dawn above a fishman infested town. Okay, so let's go ahead and read our agenda and act, and then I'll draw my opening hand. We'll get started. Fog on the bay. A curl of mist wraps the lighthouse in an otherworldly veil. The waves lap at the rocks of the shoreline like hungry, wet tongues. Overhead, the moon gleams unnaturally bright in the sky. You have a curious feeling. You are not alone. Locations on the same row are connected to one another. Forced, when this agenda advances, move all doom to the next agenda, and 4 doom will advance it. This bit about locations on the same row, I have recently discovered that I've played this scenario wrong every single time I've played it, because locations on the same row are connected to each other means you can move to any row, any location on the row, right? So you can move from here to here, like that's totally okay. Yeah, and later on it makes sense because you're in a lighthouse, and a lighthouse is a circle, right? Yeah, so I missed that. I always thought it was just adjacent locations were connected, so I would move from here to here, and then here to here. And that's probably still how we'll do it, just for the sake of clearing clues and whatnot, at least for this first part. But later on, that becomes a very important thing. So it turns out I've made this scenario a lot harder on myself in past plays than I really had to. Anyway, let's read the act. Act 1A, the lighthouse. All signs point to this lighthouse being a base of operations for the esoteric order of Dagon. There's not much left of Innsmouth to investigate, so this is your best chance to find answers. What exactly is the order up to? You must find out before they realize you're here. Objective, spin the requisite number of clues before the agenda advances. And we're looking for 3 clues. Okay? Our chaos bag, not too bad. We do have an elder thing to contend with. That's a bummer. But other than that, not too shabby. 2 cultists, a tablet, and your normal array of numbers. So not too bad. Okay. So let's jump down here and see what's going on with Jack. Okay, we'll draw our opening hand here. Let me shuffle these up and draw 5 cards. And we'll see what we get. Okay, Leo DeLuca in opening hand is always good. Think on your feet is good because I like to stay away from enemies, and it's a good way to do it. But really here, I need, intel report's okay. I need some assets that are going to help me get some clues. So I think we're going to throw most of this back. We're going to keep Leo. But I think other than that, I think I go ahead and chuck 4 cards and hope to see a magnifying glass or another ally that'll help us. So let's do that. There's the mag glass right there. That's good. Lock picks, also good. Okay, so we got what we wanted, and that makes us happy. All right, so with all that, here's Monterey Jack. He's at the Falcon Point Gatehouse, and there's nothing here at all, no clues or anything like that. We need to move into the lighthouse, get some clues, and advance the agenda, or advance the act before the agenda advances. So that will be our objective. Here we go. Okay. And so we begin. Action 1, will be get a resource. Action 2, will be play Leo DeLuca. Boosh, which means we're going to need a 4th action. So let's get that. There we go. All right. Okay. Action, actually not action 3. Fast, we'll drop a mag glass. Okay, action 3, we're going to go ahead and move inside. We're going to, well, not to inside quite yet, I guess. We're going to go to the cliffside first. So I'm going to the cliffside here. I flip it. 1 shroud, 1 clue. If you control the white key, using the white key here, you peer out and see stuff and whatever. Okay, cool. Good stuff, good stuff. We have no keys yet, so none of that matters. And then action 4, let's go ahead and get this clue. Okay, so we're at 4 plus 1 from the mag glass. We are investigating at 5. Okay, so this is 5 on 1. -2 is a pass. So we'll take this clue. Okay, end of our turn. Monterey Jack is 1 location away from where he started, so we get to use Monterey Jack's power to either draw a card or gain a resource. In this case, I'm going to gain the resource because I want to get mag glass, or I'm sorry, lock picks out here pretty soon. So we'll go ahead and gain a resource, and that'll be it. Okay, no enemy phase because there's no enemies to contend with. Upkeep. Uh-oh, the Day of Reckoning. Well, good news and bad news. Day of Reckoning will seal the Elder Sign, but it goes away when the agenda advances, and this agenda advances on 4. So it's sealed, but it's not sealed for too long. That's not too bad, really. Okay. Make sure that's shuffled. Okay, we'll shuffle up our encounter cards to make sure that they are. Oh, a doom, of course. Let's not forget the doom, shall we? 1 doom, 1 of 4. And our encounter card is Kiss of Brine. Terrible picture. Terrible as in icky, right? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Test of Brine, or Kiss of Brine, Revelation, test fight 2. Oh, interesting. Increase the difficulty of this test by 2 if you're at a flooded location. If you fail, take a damage, put Kiss of Brine into play in your threat area. You cannot gain resources or draw cards. At the end of the enemy phase, discard Kiss of Brine. This isn't too bad. Well, might take a damage from it, but that's not much really for us to contend with. So probably okay here. Okay, so this is going to be 2 on 2. We're just going to test even and see how we get on. So here we go. Cultist, -2. If you fail, after the test ends, increase the flood level of your location. Okay. All right, so we do fail. So that means we have to increase the flood level of the cliffside. It can be flooded some, right? It just can't be fully flooded. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And that means we take a damage. If you fail, yeah, if you fail, take 1 damage and put this in our threat area. Okay. And it'll go away at the end of the enemy phase. All right. Not a big deal. Okay, so we do take a damage from it. I'll put that on Leo. Because always allies first, that's what I say. That's why they're here. Okay, and with that, it's back to us. So here we go with our turn, my turn. We will first, action 1, move to the staircase here. Bing. Okay. If there are any relic story assets currently set aside, add one of them to your hand. Well, in fact, there are relics set aside. They're these here. Okay, the headdress of Yahanthle and the wave-worn idol. Okay, so the headdress gives us +1 skill value while investigating a flooded location or while attacking or evading an enemy at a flooded location. That seems like gold in this scenario. And then the wave-worn idol, after your location's flood level changes, or after a deep one enemy spawns at your location, exhaust wave-worn idol, immediately take an action as if it were your turn. Also pretty good, but I think in this case I want the headdress. Because, yeah, flooded locations are going to be a thing. So we add this to our hand as a fast action here, which is nice. Okay, so we've taken one action to move in. That's all we've done so far. Boop. Okay, action 2, let's go ahead and investigate here. Okay, so 4 + 1 from the mag glass is 5. And this doesn't affect me here. No, just resources and cards. Yep. Okay, so this is going to be 5 on 3. We're up 2. Let's give her a shot. This is action 2 to investigate, 5 on 3. Cultist is -2, so we pass. Clue. Rock on. Ah. There we go. Okay. And then action 3. Let's move upstairs. Lantern room cannot be flooded. After lantern room is revealed, put the set aside white key on it. Okay, so the white key goes on the lantern room. Ta-da. Okay, that's good stuff. And then action 4 will be to try and grab one of these clues. So let's do that. 5 on, was it 2? Yeah, 2 shroud. Okay, so 5 on 2. And we pass. We gain a clue. Okay, we definitely want to get this key, and I would like to go back and grab the flashback on the cliffside, so hopefully we can get that done. We'll see if we can make it happen. Okay. So, yeah. Good. All right. Still no enemy phase, so we're into upkeep. We can't use our power because of this thing, right? This thing keeps us from being able to gain resources or draw cards. So we can't use our Monterey Jack power because we would get to do both, which would be cool, but nah, it's not to be. It's okay. Upkeep. Oh, actually, before upkeep, at the end of the enemy phase, this card goes away. Then upkeep. Okay, quick thinking. Love that. Super good. We head back up top. Put a doom, 2 of 4, and our card is Zizigi. Peril, revelation, you must decide. Each investigator loses 3 resources, or each investigator takes 2 horror, or place 1 doom on the current agenda. Ugh. Well, I don't like any of those, but I think in this case, I'll go ahead and lose the 3 resources. Because it seems to be the least bad of those options, and Jack can get resources back pretty quick. So let's do that. Pay 3 resources, and that's the end of Zizigi. Okay, so it's back to our investigation phase. Not playing lockpicks, because we just lost all our money. So we're just going to investigate straight up. We're at 5 on 2. Yep, still 2. Okay, 5 on 2. Okay, well, that's a fail. No matter how you slice it, that's a fail. Let's try again. Second action, 5 on 2. That's just fine, because that's -2. Our friend the cultist, who has come out of the bag a whole lot. Okay, so I guess it's a clue. We have enough clues to advance now, but I don't want to advance quite yet because I'd like to get back downstairs and use this white key for whatever the white key is for. Okay, so that was action 2, and then actions 3 and 4, we're just going to move back to the cliffside. If you control the white key, we do. Using the white key, you peer out into the dark, stormy horizon, and something sparks in your memories. Read Flashback 12 in the campaign guide. Okay, so we do that as a fast action. Flashback 12. Ooh, it's very long. Okay, so I won't read the whole thing. But what we see here is we remember looking up at the lighthouse from much earlier before. And we find out some interesting information about the Marsh family and all the stuff they've been doing and all that crazy stuff. And we think, oh, maybe we'll visit this lighthouse someday. That might be interesting. Anyway, in our campaign log, we record a conversation with Mr. Moore. So we've remembered a conversation with Mr. Moore. We get to choose and remove one of the following tokens from the Chaos Bag for the remainder of the campaign, which is great. And then we also gain a clue. Well, I'm almost always a fan of getting rid of the Elder Thing, if I can get rid of the Elder Thing. Because in our case, he's -3. Or I'm sorry, -4, the Elder Thing. So let's get rid of that, shall we? I say yes. Elder Thing. Out of the bag. Good stuff. Okay. Thank you, Flashback 12. That's very good. All right. So that is the end of our turn. Out here on the cliffside. We haven't advanced yet. That's okay. All right. So then it is... Oh, actually, the end of our turn, we get to do Monterey Jack stuff. I'm 2 locations away from where we started. We moved for 3 and 4. I'm 2 locations away from where we started, so I get a resource and a card. And Eon Chart is a very welcome sight. I like that very much. Okay. So, with that, we go to Upkeep. Another copy of Leo. Okay. And 3 of 4 Doom, so we will have to advance this turn. Make sure we do that. When do we get to advance? Does it say? Nope, whenever. Sweet. Good stuff. Okay, and then we will get ourselves an encounter card. Hideous Lullaby. If there are no Deep One enemies in play, Hideous Lullaby gains Surge. Well, that's what it does. Deep One Assault. Disengage from each Deep One enemy at your location. There are none. Each Deep One enemy at your location and each connecting location engages you. There are none. If no enemies engage you from this effect, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Deep One enemy, spawn it engaged with you, and shuffle the encounter deck. So that's what we get. Okay, so we get an enemy engaged with us. Okay. We could go Deep One Hatchling here. It's a thought. Because he just stays there. We evade him, and then that's it. Yeah. So I think that might be pretty good for us. Let's do that. Okay, so we're going to take a Deep One Hatchling. We shuffle the deck. Nice part about the hatchling is he doesn't hunt, so he'll just stay up top here as we move down below later in the scenario. Okay, so we're engaged with a hatchling. Cool. All right, so with that, it's back to our turn. I want to see what's over here. As I mentioned earlier, I haven't looked at these locations or anything, so I forget if there's something here that's like necessary. So I want to at least move in there before we advance, because there's going to be 3 Doom on the next agenda either way. So I think we just go ahead and do it. Yeah. So yeah, that's the move this particular turn. Okay. So let's go find out what's in the room over there. Some creepy room. Who knows? Let's find out. Action 1, Action 2. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't have to do that, do I? Because of this thing. Remember? Remember how I said I played this wrong every time I played it? Locations on the same row are connected to one another. See that? So these are on the same row, right? Which means they're connected to one another. So I can just go whip with 1 action over to here. I've never done that before. I feel so free. Okay, so this is like Housekeeper's Cottage. Cannot be fully flooded. When it's revealed, put the yellow key on it. Oh, interesting. So if we're quick, we can get a yellow key before we advance, which seems good. Okay. So that was action. Oh, except for I have this guy engaged with me, don't I? Okay. Sorry about that. I forgot. Backing up. Retconning the whole thing. This is still like that. Okay, we haven't taken any actions yet. Backing up. We got to evade this guy first. Okay, so let's evade the hatchling first. We're evading at 5 on 1. So action 1 is to evade. Okay, cool. So we don't evade the hatchling. Oh, we forgot about this too. After he engages us, we must either lose an action or he attacks us. Oh, okay. I messed that up too. Okay, so we'll say he attacked us. There you go, Leo. Creepy little thing, huh? All right, and then action 1, we try to evade, we fail. Okay, action 2, we try to evade, 5 on 1. And we super duper pass. Okay, he is evaded. Okay, action. Oh gosh, now I'm going to be out of actions when I get over there. Well, I wish I had some action compression, and I don't. Eon chart? No, I'd come out even on that this turn, wouldn't I? Because I don't get to exhaust it once. So it doesn't help us all that much. Yeah, I don't have any good tricks that'll help here. So, well, let's at least find out. I may have another turn to be able to get that thing. I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see. So action 3, we move over here and flip it. Okay, and then action 4 is we'll try to get one of these clues. It is Shroud 4, though, which is, you know, fairly prodigious. So we're at, what, 5, I said? 4 plus 1, yeah, 5. We're investigating at 5. 5 on 4 is not great, but we have a Leo to throw. So let's give it a try. So we'll go 5 on 4, plus Leo, 6 on 4. And why not shoot the works? Let's throw quick thinking to go 7 on 4. Okay, 7 on 4, here we go. Plus 1 to go 8 on 4, which means quick thinking triggers, which means we're going to get another investigate here. Boy, that worked out good, huh? Okay, so get a clue. And then one extra action, which we'll use to once again try and investigate. So now we're at 5 on 4. Now I don't know about throwing a card. I feel funny about it. I don't want to throw the Eon chart. It's too good. Do I want to throw the lockpicks? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to need the lockpicks when I have the higher shrouds later on. Nah, I think we just try it 5 on 4 and see if we get lucky. We might get lucky. Who knows? Okay, so we're just going to investigate 5 on 4. Here we go. Skull is -1. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm talking about. Aw, look at this. Look at the luck on Monterey Jack. Boom, boom, boom. Key. Okay, so we collect the yellow key. We've got 2 keys now. Super good. And we get to advance. Okay, so it's 3 clues. Yeah, so we'll still have an extra 3 clues, which is nice. Okay, so we get rid of 3 of our clues. 1. Oops, missed the trash can. 2. And 3. Okay, and we advance. Whoop, not the whole deck, just the 1 card. Okay, eavesdropping on the enemy. As you tiptoe through the old time-worn structure, you hear muffled conversation from within the small cottage attached to the lighthouse. You press your ear upon a nearby wall and stand perfectly still, your heart racing. Find them, a deep, croaking voice orders. Do not let them reach the grotto. The Order's secrets must be preserved. Yes, Osiris, a few quiet voices reply in unison. You wait until the sound of footsteps has faded before you resume your investigation. It looks like your hunch was right. Osiris is here. Spawn the set-aside Osiris Marsh enemy in the lighthouse keeper's cottage. Exhausted. Oh, well, that's good, because that's where we are. I'm glad he's exhausted for the moment. He's going to ready in just a second, but that's okay. Okay, place the set-aside blue key on him. Shuffle each set-aside copy of Worth His Salt into the encounter deck. Put the set-aside lighthouse basement location into play directly below the lighthouse stairwell. Okay, and advance the agenda directly to 2A. All right, cool. So let's do these things in order. First, we're going to spawn the Osiris Marsh enemy. Here he is. Osiris Marsh. What a guy. He's a looker too, ladies. Okay, Hunter, retaliate. Osiris Marsh gets +2 evade while his location is flooded. Forced after Osiris Marsh is successfully evaded. For each point you succeeded by, take control of 1 key on him. Forced after Osiris Marsh attacks you during the enemy phase, you are captured. Place each of your keys on Osiris Marsh. Okay, well, that's cool. And he is here at our location, and he is, at the moment, exhausted. Won't be long, but for the moment he's exhausted. Okay, then what else? Put the set-aside blue key on him. He gets a blue key. Whoops, wrong card. Shuffle each set-aside copy of Worth His Salt into the encounter deck. Okay. Put the set-aside lighthouse basement location into play directly below lighthouse stairwell. And advance the agenda directly to 2A. Okay, so agenda advances to 2A, which means we get our elder sign back. Hooray! Okay, so we have a new agenda and a new act. Our agenda says, unchanging as the sea. The Order knows you're here. You have little time to spare. You have to find the way into the lair before they mobilize to capture you. Locations of the same row are connected to one another. When an investigator is captured, advance this agenda. When this agenda advances, move all doom on it to the next agenda. Okay, so we still have 3 on it from before. And we have finding the path. Falcon Point contains many secrets the Order does not know, or does not wish you to know. Perhaps dealing with Osiris will open the way. If an investigator enters the lighthouse basement before the agenda advances, advance. Okay, seems pretty good. And so we have to get into the basement. So getting into the basement, door leading into the basement, the lighthouse is locked tight. You cannot enter this location unless you control the blue key. Well, Osiris has the blue key, and after he's evaded, for each point we evaded by, we can take control of a key. So as long as we succeed by 1, we can take his key. Good news. Okay, so that's what's going to happen very, very soon. But before we get any of that, we're at the enemy phase. Everything is exhausted. This guy stands up. This guy stands up. And then, of course, he engages us. Sweet. Okay, nothing happens when he engages us. Only when he attacks us. So for the moment, we're okay. All right. Then, let's see. It's the upkeep phase. Oh, I forgot about Jack's power. Let's see. Where did I start this turn? Here, right? So I guess technically that's like 1 location away. Yeah, it's like 1 location away. So I can either get a resource or a card. In this case, I'll take a resource. And then it's into upkeep. Okay, Lone Wolf's good. And then we are back to putting a doom on the agenda. 4 of 7. Encounter card is Rising Tides. Increase the flood level of the nearest location that can have its flood level increased. Okay, can my location have its flood level increased? Cannot be fully flooded, but sure can be partially flooded. which is a bummer because that's going to increase old Osiris's evade power. Now we could drop a clue here and get rid of this with forewarned, but I really want that victory point, so I don't think we're going to do that. I think we'll go ahead and take it. He's going to get +2, right? Yeah, so he gets +2 if the location is flooded, so we'll be evading 5 on 4. But we can throw some icons at this to make sure we pass. So I think we're okay. I'm not going to worry about playing forewarned and then grabbing the clue and then getting out of here. Seems like more than I want to deal with here. So I hope that decision's right. We'll find out. Okay, back to us in our turn. We're going to have to evade first. So let's do that. Okay, we're going to evade at 5 plus. I'm going to use scout ahead here. Or I'm going to not use it. I'm going to commit scout ahead here for 2 icons. So 5, 7. Do I commit Lone Wolf to go to 8 on 4? There is a -4 in the bag. We already took out the Elder thing, though, so we don't have that -4. There's only a couple of -3s, which also won't get us the key, which is kind of a bummer. But I think we need to keep Lone Wolf for later money purposes, so I think we're good at 5 + 2, 7 on 4. Here we go. Okay, Cultist is -2, which means we pass 5 on 4, which is enough to get us the key and get Osiris evaded. Sweet. Okay, so that's action 1. And then we're going to go action 2, action 3 to head downstairs. Boom. Okay, so as soon as we enter this, we advance. But we'll go ahead and read this first. Okay, Sunken Grotto. Investigators at this location can spend 1 per investigator clues as a group. Look at the revealed side of a tidal tunnel location on this row. Well, that's certainly not a seller. Nice. Okay, so that was, let me flip my actions here. Action 2, action 3 to move. This was committed to the test. Sweet. Okay, and then we advance. If an investigator enters the lighthouse basement, advance. So we do. Okay, exploring the depths. Whoa, exploring the depths. You use Osiris's key to open the basement door of the lighthouse, expecting to find a small stone cellar. What you find instead is a network of flooded caverns extending deep into the cliffside of Falcon Point, perhaps even below sea level. You were right to come here. Who knows what secrets the Order keeps away from prying eyes? If Osiris Marsh is in play, add him to the victory display. Oh, great. Okay, we get to put Osiris into the victory display. Just like that. For the moment. Okay. Put Sunken Grotto lower depths into play directly below Sunken Grotto upper depths and Sunken Grotto final depths into play below that. Then put random set-aside tidal tunnel locations into play until there are exactly 4 locations on each row, except for the row with the lantern room. Shuffle each set-aside copy of Taken Captive into the encounter deck. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this here. Or, I'm sorry, we can use this helper button. That'll set that out for us. And boom, it's all done. Isn't that handy? Man, I like that a lot. Okay, so that is good stuff. Yeah, so we've done that. What else do we do? Shuffle each set-aside copy of Taken Captive into the encounter deck. Right. Okay, Taken Captive. Shuffle that in. And advance the agenda directly to 3A. All right. 3A, the tides rise. A wave of cold familiarity washes over you as you see the water level starting to rise throughout the tunnels. The tide is rolling in. If you aren't quick, there won't be much left here to investigate. Luckily, you still have a way out should the tide rise too quickly. Locations on the same row are connected to one another. Act 3A, Worshippers of the Deep. Deep below the lighthouse is a web of tunnels filled with information pertaining to the Order's activities. You must learn what you can before escaping. At the end of the investigation phase, each investigator at a fully flooded location must either take 3 damage or move to a location directly below their location. Okay, so don't be at fully flooded locations at the end of the investigation phase if you can help it. If each undefeated investigator has resigned, advance. Hint, you may wish to find what you came for before you leave this place. The black and red keys represent the objects we need most. So we're looking for black and red keys. Sweet. Okay, got to find the keys and get out. And we got 1 action left to do it. So, with our 1 action, let's see. What do we add to what we have here already? Probably the... Oh gosh, there's so many good things we could do right here. I think I play Lone Wolf. Because Lone Wolf is going to allow me to play all the other things. So we'll do that. Okay, action 4 is we drop Lone Wolf on the table. Okay, there is an enemy in play, but he doesn't hunt or anything because he's just a little baby. So he just sits there. And instead, we upkeep. Okay, another Lone Wolf. Oh, Monterey's Power. I keep forgetting. Okay, Monterey's Power, we are 1, 2 locations away from where we were. So I get to take a card and a resource. Sweet. Sneak attack, like that. Okay. 5 of 10. And we get Hideous Lullaby. If there are no deep one enemies in play, there is one. There's a little baby up there. Otherwise, find the deep one enemy with the highest fight value. Test Will X, where X is that enemy's fight value. If you fail, take 2 horror. Okay, well, he's only got 1 fight value, right? Yep, fight value of 1. So this is a will test of 1 for Monterey Jack, who has a will of 1. Okay, so that's great. We could add Forewarned to it. Or, of course, we could just drop a clue where we are and get rid of this. 2 horror. Oh, man, 2 horror is quite a bit for Jack, really. 2 shroud locations. Pretty easy to take care of it. Is that what we want to use Forewarned on, though? Because I feel like there's going to be much worse treacheries later on in this scenario. Well, you know what? We're going to take 2 horror later, probably. So let's go ahead and use it now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to drop a clue on this location. And play Forewarned. And we ditch this card. Okay. Knowing is half the battle, I agree. All right. So now we're into our turn. Beginning of our turn, we get Lone Wolf resource. Now we have lots of money, which I like. So let's gear up. Okay, action 1. Lockpicks. Action 2. Eon chart. Action 3. Headdress of Yohantle. Okay, want to get +1 when we're in flooded locations, attacking or evading. Or while investigating or attacking or evading. It's good stuff. Okay, 3 actions in. Let's go ahead and use Eon Chart to get a free move. Okay, we need to investigate every row pretty much, so let's go here first. The Moon Room. If the Moon Room is unflooded, resign. Oh, we did that right now. But we need the black and red keys first, though. Okay. If you don one of the empty diving suits and dive in the reflecting pool, if you control the red black keys, place 1 of each one I have in the act. We don't have either one yet. Okay. So after it is revealed, increase its flood level. Oh, never mind. It's already starting to flood. So much for that. Okay. And then with our actual 4th action, we'll move into this tunnel here. And we see a tidal tunnel. +1 shroud was partially flooded, +2 while it's fully flooded. After it's revealed, Randomly choose one of the set-aside face-down keys and put it here without looking at it. Okay, let's do that. So this is the set-aside face-down keys. Let's shuffle the bag, pull one out, put it here. Okay, and that was our fourth action. And so the end of our turn. Okay, so because these are all connected, we're only one location away from where we started the turn. So we get either a resource or a card. At this point, I'm going to take the resource. And then we upkeep. Sweet. Okay. 6 of 10 doom. And our encounter card is a Deep One Bull. Okay. After he engages us, choose and discard one card from hand. All right. So, he has engaged us. We need to get rid of a card. I'm going to go ahead and ditch the other Lone Wolf, because we already have one in play. Can't have two. So let's do that. All right. So then, it's our turn. At the beginning of our turn, we get a Lone Wolf resource. And then we have to deal with the Bull. Okay, so let's evade him. We're at 5, plus our location is... Oh, no, it's not. I was going to say our location is partially flooded, but it isn't partially flooded. So we don't get +1 from the headdress. Not yet. Okay, so we're just evading 5 on 2. Still feel pretty good about 5 on 2, so we're just going to let it fly. Here we go. Action 1, evade. Okay. That token is coming out of the bag way more than I like. Okay, so action 2, let's try that again. 5 on 2 evade. 0 better. Better than the auto fail. I prefer the 0. Okay, so he has evaded. Okay, then we're going to get the heck out of here. We're going to action 3, get this clue, and action 4, move away. That's the plan. Okay, so action 3, let's get a clue. Yeah, so we're investigating 4, 5 on 3. Okay, 5 on 3. Yeah, action 3. 5 on 3, here we go. +1, awfully good. We get a clue. And we get a key. And it is the green key. Okay? And then we can go ahead and use Eon Chart to move away again for free. So I think we'll do that. Free actions are really useful. I think that probably goes without saying. That's not a great piece of Arkham advice, but free actions are good. Okay, and we're going to move to here, because again, everything on the same row is connecting. I can't believe I never did that before. It's so amazing. Okay, and this one is the underground cavern. Oh no, it's fully flooded. Okay, so I'll have to think about this for just a minute. Whether we want to finish our turn at the fully flooded location. Let's see here. Okay, at the end of the investigation phase, each investigator at a fully flooded location must either take 3 damage or move to the location directly below their location. In this case, that's actually good for us because we want to go lower to find out what's down there. So I think I may just stay here for action 4 and then instead just pick up this clue. So we have more clues to spend later on when we need to. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm staying here. We've already seen everything on this level anyway. Might as well go down one more level, right? That's what I think. So action 4, we investigate. We do get +1 from the headdress this time. So we're at 4, 5, 6 from the headdress. I could use lockpicks here, but I don't feel like I need to. So we're just going to go 6 on 2. See, I would have lost my lockpicks. That's why you don't do that. Man, so many auto fails so far. That's okay. There's only one of them in there, right? It's cool. It's cool. No problem. Okay. Cute little babe. He doesn't hunt or anything. The bull stands up. He also doesn't hunt. He just hangs out over there in the title pool room. Oh, I forgot. In the investigator phase, we slip down to here. Okay. Oh, that's another underwater cavern, which is also fully flooded. Fun. Okay. Also, I get to use Jack's power here at the end. So we started the turn here, which is technically 2 locations away from where we started, right? Right? Well, I guess it would be 1, 2, 3, because these two aren't actually connected to each other. So it'd be 1 to here, 2 down here, 3 over there. So that means, in my book, resource and a card. Nice. Okay. Enemy phase we already kind of did. So now it's upkeep. Nice. Pathfinder. Let's go. Free movement. Free actions. It's good. Okay. So, before we do that, though, we got to up here. 7 out of 10. And we get Dissonant Voices. Okay. We can't play assets or events this round. All right. So, no Pathfinder yet. It'll have to wait. No assets, no events. That's fine. No problem. Back to us. Beginning of our turn, we get a Lone Wolf resource. I'm not too worried about this clue. I think I want to just keep moving so we can find more stuff. So, action 1, I'm going to move over to here. And we find the Deep One Nursery. If we control the purple key, we can get ourselves another flashback. We don't have the purple key, though, so can't do that. Okay, it is, however, flooded, partially flooded. Okay, so we've increased its flood level. And we continue on. Okay, so that's action 1. No clues here, and neither the keys we need. So I'm going to move to here for action 2. It's a tidal pool. Okay. Here we are going to grab another set-aside key. There's only one left, which goes here. Okay. Yeah, so that's action 2. Not flooded. We here can just go ahead and investigate normally. So let's see. It's 3 shroud. Okay, here let's use the lockpicks. Let's go ahead and do it. So we're at 4, 5, not flooded, so we don't get this one, plus our agility, so another 5. So we're investigating at 10 on 3, which seems like a lot. Okay, 10 on 3. Let's get a clue. This is action, oh gosh, I haven't been keeping track of my actions. Let's see, what do we do? We were here, we moved here for action 1, we moved here for action 2. That's all I've done so far. So this is action 3. 1, 2, this is action 3. Investigating 10 on 3. -2, we pass. Sweet. And a key. And it is the purple key. If we have the purple key, we can come back in here and get a flashback. That seems good. So I think we'll do that with the rest of our turn here. Okay, so we're going to use the Eon Chart move for this final move here. This doesn't go away, right? It just sits here. Yep, it just sits there until it gets replaced. So we'll use the Eon Chart move. Zip. Pop in here. And then we do have the purple key. So we will, also a quick action. We don't have to use any actions for this either. We'll get flashback 13. Okay, whoop, went too far. Here we go, flashback 13. Okay. You speak with one of the many sailors who frequent a ramshackle tavern by the docks of Innsmouth, somewhere in the southeastern slums of the decrepit seaport. He's found his own little corner of the pub in which to hide and drown himself in alcohol. So much the better. You'd prefer to keep your investigation quiet. You jot down notes as the drunken man rambles on about the creatures he's seen swimming off the coast and prowling around the reefs. Deep ones, he names them. Caught one in my net once, he blabbers through slurred speech. She and her eggs, that's right, her eggs. Bigger than your fist, and squirming and wriggling too. Absorbed in the ritual of telling a tale for his fellow sailors, he elaborates. She had one of 'em in her arms, tiny little devil with bulging, hateful eyes. Couldn't stand the sight of it. I threw the net over as soon as I realized what I'd caught, and it came right back here. And if I had my way, I'd never sail again. You mull this new information over in your head. If this man speaks the truth, these creatures seem to have a life cycle similar to that of a fish. But then, what is the purpose of the uncanny hybrid creatures you have seen skulking about the town? Are they but figments of your frightened imagination? Or is there a much more sinister part of this life cycle that you are missing? Bum, bum, bum. Okay, creepy. Okay, so we have learned about the life cycle of a deep one, and we get to remove another bad stuff token from our chaos bag. Okay, so we can get rid of, we don't have an elder thing anymore, so a tablet or a cultist. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the tablet again, because now it's -3, the tablet, and will do us damage. We don't want that. So, yeah, I'm going to get rid of the tablet. So now we have no tablets. This one. Right on. No tablets and no elder things. That's good. Real, real good. Okay, sweet. And we still have an action left. Man, rich get richer. It's pretty good stuff. Okay, so last action. Can't play any cards, so nothing really to do here but move. So let's do it. We'll move, I guess, back to the Sunken Grotto. Oh, actually, we could move back to the fully flooded location, couldn't we? If we move back here, then at the end of the investigation phase, we slip down again to the bottom row and save ourselves an action. Let's do that. Okay, so, oh, you know what? We haven't seen this one yet. Just kidding. We moved to here. This is what we need to do because we haven't seen this. We need to see what this is. Sunken Grotto, lower. Oh, wait, yes. This is the lower depths. We didn't know what this is. Never mind. I'm moving back to here. That's what we're doing. Of course, we know what the lower depths are. Silly, silly Gary. Okay, there we go. All right. We've moved back to here. At the end of the investigation phase, Jack is how far away from where he started? Well, we're in the same location where we started, so we get nothing. But this slips down to here. Down to the next level, which is the pump room. Our friend the pump room. Okay. We get to test Intellect 2 or Agility 2. If you succeed, choose 2 locations. Decrease the flood level of one location and increase the flood level of the other. If you succeed by 2 or more, you may instead just choose one location and decrease its flood level. Okay. So we will want to, of course, clear out the moon room here. Oops, the moon room here, because that's likely how we're going to get to escape. But we need these keys first, and I guess all of our good key information is way down here at the bottom, right? So, cool beans. All right, so we're into upkeep time. Okay, we get another forewarned. That's good. This Dissonant Voices goes away. 8 of 10. And we get another Zizagy. Well, this is pretty easy now. I have lots of money, so I'm going to simply get rid of the 3 resources. Makes the most sense. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not a big deal. That was actually pretty easy for a Mythos phase. Shouldn't taunt the deck like that, probably, but going to anyway. All right, so here we go. It's our turn. We get a resource from Lone Wolf. Okay, and then action 1, I'm going to play Pathfinder. Boom. All right. Action 2, maybe we go ahead and use the pump room and clear the location upstairs. Probably makes sense. Probably makes sense to do it. Yeah. Yeah, let's do. Okay, so action 2, let's do that. We're going to use agility. Okay, so we're 5 on 2 to do this. So action 2, we're going to clear the pump room. Or use the pump room, I should say. Okay, we pass. And so we're going to decrease the flood level of the moon room. And let's increase, oh, I don't know, this tidal pool. That's fine. Okay, right on. Oh, do we succeed by 2 or more? We started at 5, -2. No, we didn't. We passed 3 on 2. So yeah, that's what we do. Sweet. Okay, so that's action 2. Okay. Then we'll use Pathfinder to get our free move. Whoops. Ah. Okay. And we'll move to here. Whoop. Shrine to Hydra. Clues cannot be discovered from Shrine to Hydra except by investigating, while an investigator at Shrine to Hydra controls the green key, which we do. Shrine to Hydra gets -3 Shroud. After Shrine to Hydra is revealed, plus the set-aside red key on it. All right, that's one of the ones we need before we can get out of here, huh? It's good stuff. Okay. So, it's not flooded, but it does have -3 Shroud because we have the green key. So it's at 2 Shroud, which is nice. Really nice. Let's investigate. We'll use the lockpicks. Okay, so we get 4. +1 when I'm investigating. 5, right? Yeah, I did that right. Okay, just making sure I did it right the last time. +5 from our agility, so 10. Okay, 10 on 2. Okay, 10 to 2. -3. We get a clue. Okay, and then action 4 will investigate again. This time, just 5 on 2. Okay, 5 on 2 we investigate. Skull is -1. And it's not flooded, so we don't have to do anything else. We gain a clue. We gained the red key. Man, this is going really well. I do not have this kind of luck with this scenario ever, so yeah, we'll see if it holds. I don't know. We don't have the black key yet, so I got to go here and get that. But so far, it's going pretty good. Kind of not gonna lie, this is nice. I like winning. All right, so let's see. I started the turn here. No, here. Here. So we're only one location away from where we started. Okay, so we'll take a resource. And then, yeah, now we have upkeep. Okay, still seeing no weapons. I haven't seen the whip or the bow. And luckily, we haven't run into too many enemies that have been a problem for us yet. But we do have a couple sneak attacks, so we're not without attacking resources if and when we need them. But we'll see how that goes. Okay. 9 of 10. So this thing's about to go off. It's going to be real soon. Okay. Encounter card. It's Riptide. Location's unflooded. It is unflooded, right? This is not a flooded location. Nope. So, get Surge. Taken captive. Test agility 4. If you fail, you are captured. Place each of your keys on holding cells. See? See? There it is. There's the thing that's going to be tricky for us. So, yeah. Okay? We'll see how this goes. We haven't found any of our allies who boost our agility yet. They're somewhere in these 17 cards. It's okay. All right. So we got 5 on 4. I can throw quick thinking at this to go 6 on 4. It feels pretty good to do that, I think, because -2 feels all right. It takes the coldest out at least. So I think I'm going to do it. We're going to commit this quick thinking. Oh, you know what? Let me back up. We can use Forewarned here. Not have to take this test at all, and therefore not get captured, and therefore maybe finish the entire scenario here very shortly. Yeah, I think we do that. I think I'm going to play Forewarned. I'm just going to drop a clue right here on my location, play Forewarned, not do this. Boom, it's out. Okay, my turn. Let's get our clue back so we can get this victory point. That's what I say. Okay, so we're at 4, 5 on 2. Okay, 5 on 2. Whoop. Sorry, Jack. We investigate. Skull's -1. We pass. Take my clue back. Thank you very much. Okay, free Pathfinder move. Whoops, that's not Pathfinder. Pathfinder move. In this room, I don't know what it is. Merp. Sunken Archives. Clues cannot be discovered at Sunken Archives while it is flooded. When Sunken Archives is revealed, it becomes fully flooded. Place the set-aside black key on it. Ah, okay. I forgot this was the thing. So, well, of course I did, because, like I said, I didn't review any of this before I played it. All right, so this is fully flooded. We have to unflood it, and then we can get the black key. Okay, well, we're not finishing right away, are we? Nope. So back to the pump room for us, so we can clear this thing out. All right, we can do that. Okay, how many actions I got left? 3. I still have 3 actions. So, do I have any cards I want to play? Not really, just intel report. All right, we'll move. Back to the pump room. Okay, here we will once again test agility. 5 on 2 for action 3. 0. We super duper pass. So that means we can just lower this without having to send the water anywhere, right? Isn't that what this says? Succeed by 2 or more, you may instead choose to just one location and decrease its flood level. That's what we've done. Okay, and then action 4, let's do it again. Okay, so we're going what? 5 on 2. -1, and we get to do it again. So this room is now unflooded. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm just going to keep this over here because I'm sure we'll have to put it back there in just a minute. But we did what we did, and that was good stuff. Okay, we started here. We're connected to it, so we're only one location away. How big is the shroud here? 3? Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to draw a card. I was checking the shroud because if I run into our weakness, it makes us investigate before we can move out. But 3 shroud's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card here for my Monterey Jack power. Got the smoking pipe. Okay, okay. All right, then it's upkeep. And there it is, the buried secrets. I knew it was coming eventually. Okay, that's all right. The location we're at's not bad for that, so. Cool. All right, then guess what? 10 of 10. Dun, 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 dun. This thing advances. Locked in. Familiar heavy breathing echoes across the slick rocks of the caverns and stone walls of the lighthouse. You duck behind some cover as you hear footsteps approaching. Then comes a loud creaking and slamming of a heavy metal door, followed by a telltale click that stops your heart dead. Someone has sealed the exit to the lighthouse above. Oh no! Search all play areas for Osiris Marsh and spawn him in the sunken grotto upper depths. He's back. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, sunken grotto upper depths right here. Remove each Falcon Point location from the game or add them to the victory display if they have victory X and no clues on them. Move each enemy and investigator at those locations to the sunken grotto upper depths. Oh, they do move down. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, each other card at those locations is discarded. That's a bummer. I was hoping this guy would just go away. We wouldn't have to deal with him, but nope. He comes here too. All right. And then these cards go away. End of the victory display with you. And this one, not. And this one also not. No points here either. But this one does. Okay. So now we're locked in. Now we have to get to the moon room. It's our only chance. Okay. Oh, by the way, this resets our doom finally. So this goes back to 0. The crash of waves on the shoreline echoes through the porous tunnels underneath the lighthouse. Your pulse pounds in your ears as you struggle to stay ahead of the water. Osiris Marsh gets +2 health. Locations and scenario are connected. Beware, the scenario may not end when the scenario advances, but the tide will continue to rise. Okay, well, pretty clear. We got to get this black key, which I haven't put on there yet. I should have. Black key. Off the sunken grotto. Then get up here to the moon room. Then get out. That's what we got to do. Okay? Cool. Good enough for me. All right, so now we still have to draw an encounter card. And it's title alignment. Peril. Revelation. Choose a location where there's at least one investigator. That'd be my location. Increase that location's flood level. Each investigator at the chosen location takes a damage. If the chosen location's flood level is not increased by this effect, you get surge. Okay. So I take a damage, and the pump room gets some water. Ta-da. All right. Pump room still works if it's flooded, so that's not a problem. So that's fine by me for the moment. We'll just stick with it. It'll be cool. Okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah, this one is fully flooded. I didn't put that on there, did I? How did I get distracted not doing that? I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, this should be fully flooded. Oh wait, no, it shouldn't. Right? Because oh no, I don't remember. We got back to the pump room. Oh yes, we pumped. We made it partially flooded. Yes, we did this once. So now it's partially flooded but not empty yet. Right? I hope. Okay. I think that's right. All right. Back to us. Beginning my turn. This goes away. I get a lone wolf resource. Okay, we're going to have to deal with this, so let's go ahead and deal with it now. We're going to investigate. Okay, we're investigating on the card here. So that is going to be 4 plus 1 is 5. Yeah. Oh, and I get plus 1 from the headrest because my location is flooded. Right? Right. Oh, investigating flooded location. Yep. Okay, so 6. 6 on 3. This is action 1. 6 on 3. Skull, I do have to reveal an additional token because my location is flooded. A 0. So we pass. Okay, so because I've passed, I can discard buried secrets. Sweet. That's action 1. Action 2, back to pumping. Okay, we're going to use our pump. 5 on 2. Right. Yeah. Okay. Sounds fine. We're going to use action 3 to do the same thing. 5 on 2. -2. Right on. Okay. So we use the pump room to go to 3. Okay, so we go to 3. So we decrease this location's flooding, and we increase another one. So I'm going to increase... let's see. I'm going to increase this tidal pool. Try to keep the bottom nice and dry. That's what we're going to do. Okay, and then I feel like I should use my last action to go ahead and clear the pump room too, because I feel like that might be a problem when this thing starts to flood. Probably better to have this one also be empty. I feel like that's probably true. Okay. So last action. Can I move the water anywhere good though? Not. I mean, I could put it on these staircases, I guess, huh? On the sunken grotto. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. All right. So, yeah. Okay, so we're going to pump the water out of the pump room. So we're going to do 5 on 2. -2. We succeed. Okay, we move this water out, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so the bottom floor is entirely empty, which I feels pretty good to me. Okay, then I'm going to Pathfinder out back to here. Whoop. And we're here for next turn to be able to get the key and the clue and get to jamming. Okay, that's what we're doing. So, enemy phase, Osiris will hunt. Okay, he hunts to us. Down the stairs. And then, oh, Jack is 1 location away from where he started. So I will, both my weaknesses are out of the deck at this point, so I'm going to draw. Think on your feet's good. Happy with that. Okay. Then it's upkeep. Deduction. Oh, man, where was that? A little while ago when we were fishing for cards. That's okay. No sweat. No problem. All right. Okay, so that was upkeep. So now we put a doom on the agenda. 1 of 3. And we get an encounter card. Deep One Hatchling. Okay, so he's going to engage us. We have to either lose an action or it attacks us. I want all my actions still. I guess I can just think on my feet here and just move away from it. And it won't engage us, and then we have to move in and then evade it. Is that worth it to not take a horror? I don't think it is, because there's worse enemies. This is not that big a deal. So I think I'm just going to let it attack me and take one horror. That's what I'm going to do. I can put a horror on the headdress, but I don't want to do that because I like the headdress. So I'll just take a horror. Okay. So it's engaged me and attacked. And of course it gets surge, has surge, so we get to draw another card. Ah, there you go. Speaking of worse enemies. Okay, Deep One Nursemaid. Aloof. Retaliate. When Deep One Nursemaid is unengaged, each other Deep One enemy at its location or connecting locations gets +1 fight and +1 evade. After Deep One Nursemaid engages you, draw the top card of the encounter deck. That card loses surge. All right, so she is at the location, which makes the baby a little bit tougher to evade. Man, this is creepy. All of a sudden there's a nursemaid and a little baby, and I'm trying to find a book in this archive, and it's real weird. Tell you what. Okay, so now it's back to us. My turn. Start of my turn, I get a Lone Wolf resource. Nice. Okay. Then we have to evade. Action 1, we're going to evade. Okay, so he's now at 2. So 5 on 2 to evade. I got 3 icons I can add, but 3 seems good to me, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so we're just going to go 5 on 2 against the baby to evade. Fraction 1. -1. Nice. Okay, so he is evaded. Or 5 on 2, yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter. We evaded him. Okay, action 2. We're going to get this clue. We'll use the lockpicks. So we've got 4, 5, +5. So 10 on 2. -2 gets us a clue. And the black key. And now it's time to leave. Okay, the room we want is entirely empty at the moment. If we can get there, we can get out of here. We got to go through Osiris to do it. Currently, he's a 4 to evade, but if I wait a turn, he's going to come down here. And then he's going to be a 2 to evade because this is not flooded yet. So I think waiting him out might be the best move here. I could Pathfinder, move up, evade him, but if I do that, then I'm still in this room and have to evade him again anyway. So I think I wait him out down here, let him move down 1 more level, then run past him and be right on the heck out of here. So I think that's what we're doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and Pathfinder over to the pump room. Seems like a good place to hang out and wait. So we're going to do that. Still 2 actions left. I could go ahead and put the smoking pipe out, which I think we'll do, because we might need to get rid of some horror at some point. In fact, we can go ahead and do one right now. So let's do. Okay, so we're going to get rid of a horror and take a damage. Okay, now we're 6 and 6, which feels pretty good. And then last action, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I think, nothing I want to play really. I think I'm going to draw a card for my final action. Hiking boots, where you been all my life? Far too late in the scenario for those, but nice to see him, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Okay, so we're into the investigator phase. I started here. I'm 1 location away. I'll take a resource. Okay, then it's the enemy phase. This guy moves down. Osiris does. Nobody else hunts. I don't think. Does the nursemaid hunt? She does not. She just hangs out over there. Sweet. Okay. Then it's upkeep. Oh, I put the 2 away there, I guess. Upkeep. Bullwhip. Ah, just in time. Just in time to whip Osiris. Now, do I get greedy and try to get these 2 victory points? I don't think I do. I think I just go ahead and leave and be like, you know what? 2 victory points is nice. But getting out of the scenario before it turns really awful is way better. So I think that might be what we do. All right. Good to see the bullwhip, though. I'd rather have it in my hand than in my deck. That's for sure. Okay. So, 2 of 3. And we get an encounter card. And it is Undertow. Our location is unflooded, so Undertow gains Surge. Taken captive. Oh boy. All right, well, we don't have any way out of it this time, so we're actually going to have to try to pass the test. Okay, so the test is Agility 4. If we fail, we lose all our keys. And we're captured. We don't want that. So we need to try and pass here. I'm willing to throw some stuff at this to make sure we get past it. So let's see. Right now we're testing at 5. Definitely going to throw like quick thinking to go to 6. Definitely going to throw... Gosh, should I throw the hiking boots? I should. 7. On 4. -3 feels pretty good. There's only 2 tokens in the bag. There's the -4 and the one we don't talk about. That could beat us at this point. I feel all right about that. So let's go for it. Okay, so we're at 7 on 4 for this test. And it's a 0. We super duper pass. Okay, what about quick thinking? After resolves, we may immediately take an action as if it was our turn. Sweet. Okay. So we get an action. I think my action might be Bullwhip. Well, it's fast. That's not even an action. Nah, I'm going to move. I'll go ahead and move. Because that at least, does cost me something. So I move out here and say, "What's up, Osiris? How you doing, big dog? Let's go." He engages me, which means he takes a key, right? After Osiris, oh no, he doesn't take a key. He takes a key if he attacks me. Oh, he takes all my keys because I'm captured if he attacks me. So we don't want that. All right. Well, good. All right. So it's my turn. I get a Lone Wolf resource here. Boosh. Okay. Then we get to evading. Now's the time. Okay. So he's at 2. So we're at 5 on 2 for this evasion attempt. Seems pretty good to me. Let's kind of plan out the turn here before we do this, though. Okay. So it's going to be evade, then Pathfinder, then move, evade, and move to the moon room. Okay, we won't quite be able to get out. Not quite yet. Because we'll need one more action. So evade, Pathfinder. You know what? We could just take this attack of opportunity, couldn't we? Let's think about that again. Evade, Pathfinder. Action 2, move. Action 3, move with the baby attached to us. Action 4, resign? Yes, that's what we'll be doing. That's the turn. We are going to get out of here before things go crazy. So let's do. Oh, man. I like this plan. Super good. I'm just going to have a baby attached to my leg and run for a diving suit and get the heck out of here. Okay, is there any reason why that plan doesn't work? Moonroom, it's unflooded. We don an empty diving suit, dive in the reflecting pool. We have the keys. And that's it. Yeah, we can do that. Well, I like our plan. Now, we have to pass the test to do it, though. So, let's do that first. Okay, so 5 on 2 for this evasion attempt. I'm going to go ahead and throw quick thinking here to go 6 on 2, which takes the -4 out of the bag. It's only 1 token, but still, I'd hate to draw it at this point and have things all fall apart. Okay, so we'll do that. So, yeah. Okay, so we're at 6 on 2 to evade. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Sure enough, the -4. See, this is why sometimes it's worth overcommitting. Every time you draw a 0 and you feel dumb, every once in a while you draw the -4, and then you're like, yep, that was clutch. I'm glad I did it. Okay, so that's good stuff. We pass. Hooray. Osiris is evaded. Crazy. That's why I love this game. Stuff like that. All right, Pathfinder. We move up. Nothing happens. Okay, so action 1 was evade, action, and then Pathfinder action to get here. Action 2, we move in here. We engage the baby. Cute little baby. What's funny is it's the same one we engaged outside, right? That's kind of funny. Well, funny to me. I don't know. I like stuff like that. Okay. So he engages us. We have to either lose an action or be attacked by it. We'll be attacked by it. Ouch. Okay. Action 3, we're going to move, holding cute little baby, heading into the moon room. We'll take another attack of opportunity. Ouch. Cute little guy. And then action 4, we resign. And we are out of here. Boom. We would place our keys on the current act, but we don't have to do that because we're playing alone. And after we resign, we advance. Okay. If at least one investigator resigned from the moon room, R1. Sweet. Bound for Yahantle. The underwater tunnels seem to go on forever, stretching into murk-ridden eddies. Dark salt water crashes against the glass helmet of your suit. After what feels like an eternity, you burst into the cold evening air, chilled to the bone. You pull the heavy suit off piece by piece the moment you reach the shore. Dun, dun, dun. R1, everybody, R1. Okay, so R1 is right here. Exhausted, you throw yourself onto the rocky shore. Waves lap at your ankles as you stare up into the sky. Behind the clouds, deep crimson hues spell an ominous end for all of humankind. Your skull pounds with agony as you struggle to remember why. The moon and sun slide into alignment. A thunderous crash resounds in the distance. Dark, churning clouds swirl and seethe over the hateful ocean. What does it all mean? What is the truth behind the esoteric order of Dagon? The truth hidden in Devil Reef? Darkness overtakes your senses once more. Okay, so we resign in the moon room. So we have a diving suit. We have the black key. So we have a map of Yahantle. We have the red key. So we possess the key to Yahantle. Recess hydraulic story asset that was added to an investigator's hand during the scenario. Any investigator may choose to add that story asset to their deck. Oh, you know what? We probably could have added both of these, couldn't we? Because it was just a fast action. Oh, man, I should have added them both. Oh, well, I didn't. So I'm going to play it the way I played it. Oops. That's okay. That's a small oops, but an oops nonetheless. Okay, each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value, and we don't get to spend it yet because we got one more flashback. Okay, so we've got 2 points in the victory display up there, and then down here another point, and another point there for 4. 4 points total. Nice. So 4 victory points, and then the way we're scoring this thing for the league has to do with keys. So I got the maximum number of keys. I got all the keys, which will help me out in terms of league points. So good stuff. All right. Well, man, how about that? That is the best I've had that scenario go. I think on obviously playing it the correct way, with the connecting locations being able to move to any location in a row as connecting helps a lot, saves a lot of actions. But yeah, and then of course having Leo right away for 4 actions, plus Eon Chart for extra actions, plus Pathfinder for extra actions. We just moved super duper fast. And we're able to do a lot of stuff, and we were very lucky with enemies too. This scenario can be much harder if you get more enemies and have to deal with them, especially if you can't kill them. And we didn't have a weapon until very late in the scenario, so that would have been a much more challenging scenario had it gone that way. So I'm glad it didn't. Glad we got what we got instead, even if we only have 1 relic going into the final scenario. I'm all right with it because the headdress is really good. Very happy with that. So that's it for scenario number 6. We'll be back in a couple, 3 weeks for scenario number 7, our final flashback as we take on the Esoteric Order of Dagon. That should be fun. So thanks for joining me. I'm glad you were here. If you're scoring this, thank you for sitting through it and doing the hard work of scoring it. I appreciate it. So yeah, thanks a lot. And we'll be back with more Arkham Horror another time. Until then, my name is Gary, and I'm glad you were with me. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Good night.